I have the honor and huge pleasure of being tonight with here Mr. Michael Monroe, the one and only. Hello and welcome. How's your day been so far?
Thank you. It's been very good. Not bad. I left a little late because I lost something, but we made it. Time takes time. All that stuff. And life is the best time for a person. Life is our best time. So that's true. Enjoying it. Life is good.
Yeah.
Can't complain. And we played at the Rockfest today.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We call it Rockfest. Our drummer. Because yesterday he wasn't playing. He had a previous booking with dancing, so we had to get Laku Laskinen came to the rescue. I worked before. I played once over Reborn Hanoi Rocks. Brilliant guy, and so he was subbing for Carl yesterday at Cardinal Festival. Cardinal opened two yesterday.
Yeah.
First one. Yeah.
Good. Speaking of yesterday, that was the first one, the Murder in the Summer of 2023 summer tour, first date.
Yeah.
So, and tonight is the second date. So, what could fans expect from this tour that's coming this summer?
They can expect the unexpected, as always.
Yes.
Anything can happen, and it probably will. So, a killer show. I always give everything 1,000%. Throw myself into it. Never know whether I'm going to survive or not. I'm going to fall down if I climb. So, about the excitement, the danger. Just the feeling of success, danger has to be there, and unpredictability, keep it interesting. My band is so killer, man. It's like every time, even if we have the same set list, it's going to be, because every gig is very different. And we have a different set list compared to yesterday. We have different songs and more stuff from the new album that came out exactly a year ago.
Yeah, I was actually about to say that. It was exactly 1 year ago.
Exactly right.
I Live Too Fast to Die Young came out.
That's right. Where's it? Oh shit, I haven't seen it. Everyone else, check it out. It's a good, very good album.
It's a great album.
Thank you. Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Are you already planning ahead to the future? Maybe writing new material?
Yeah, we're actually going to get together in July. We're going to go into this house and gather the whole band there. We're going to live there for a week, and first time since recording Martin Hale's album, we're going to start stuff from scratch. We're going to go in the studio. It's studio time for November, and we haven't got a clue what we're going to do. Nothing. Last time we had like 34 songs, and then I chose in the end, I ended up choosing 11 for the album, which turned out pretty nice.
Yeah.
Now, this time it's going to be great because we have no idea what's going to happen. We're just going to get together and see what happens and start stuff from scratch,
Like just rock and roll.
Yeah, and Horns and Halos, stuff like that. And we started Horns and Halos, that song, for example. We just started jamming on riffs and things just came together. So that's when Drager was in the band. So now we have Rich Jones, so we actually have never done this before with this lineup.
Yeah.
Rich in the band. Rich has been there past 3 albums, so it'll be really interesting to see what happens. And hopefully we'll have a record by November. By the time we go to the studio, we better have something.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's so much creative energy in this band, so we're going to that once again.
Yeah. Well, I want to touch on a little other project you have or had called Demolition 23.
Yes.
You just announced a few gigs in Finland.
Yeah.
Are those one-offs, or do you maybe have plans to do more?
No plans to do more at this point. I got nothing against doing more, but right now it's just those 6 gigs originally, and then there was one at it. I think that one television show. I didn't do something. It sold out so quickly.
Yeah.
So those 7 shows, we're going to do those, and then we'll see what happens. It's going to be Nasty Suicide, Semyov, and me, and Carl Rockfest on the drums.
Yeah.
Jim Clark is too busy to commit to it. As a matter of fact, he was supposed to be at my 60th birthday. The idea really sparked from him saying, he was gonna come over and see the show with his wife, just to be there. I said, "What? You're gonna come over to see the show? Why don't we do Demolition 23 reunion? Demolition 23 as the opening band, right?" And I said, "Oh yeah, cool, yeah, it'd be great." And it was just, yeah, it's gonna be killer and everything. And as it turned out, Metallica had a gig. He's actually the drum tech for Lars Metallica's drummer. So they had some gig in New York, which happened actually the day after my birthday gig, but they needed him to be setting up the day before, so they wouldn't let him go, so he had to turn down and couldn't make it. So therefore we had Carl Rockfest come to the rescue. That's why Carl is here now too, because Jimmy, that's his main job, so we have to commit to doing something. Carl is great, which I find is great. He's really good. He's great, as we know. Yeah, he's one of the best in the world. That's why he's playing with Danzig too today.
Yeah, double duty today.
Yeah.
I want to quickly touch on the subject about the documentary that is being made about you.
Yeah,
can you elaborate?
Yeah,
what's going on?
As a matter of fact, it's coming out in. I just 3 days ago I saw the latest cut that Peter Eklund, who's been working on it for quite a few years now, and he had there was a break about 1.5 months after he'd been working on it like 3 months straight. For perspective, he took a complete break from Michael Monroe completely. We didn't even talk for 1.5 months, and then he got back into it, and he had this new editing guy also who made a big difference too. And now it really has a nice flow. It's going to be great. Now it's finally like a weight off my shoulders. I'm relieved to say that it's going to be finished. Just a few more tweaks and it's there. So it's coming out this fall. I think it's the premiere is going to be September 29th. Yes,
In Finland.
In Finland, yeah. So a lot of it's in Finnish too, which I thought was a cool idea. I'm talking Finnish mostly. I'm English, mainly Finnish and Sandwich. My mother, and some people, like my religious teacher, other people can. And of course, people like Joe Elliott and Alice Cooper and Slash and Dr. King and Little Steven. They speak English, of course. So there'll be subtitles for that. So it's going to be shown in Finland first, and then you'll see next step is just to get it internationally distributed, and then of course there'll be subtitles for the Finnish parts. So the main thing is it's going to be a very good, very interesting, great story. I'm happy.
It's been highly anticipated.
Yeah. Tell me about it. I'm really anticipated. It's really a special, different kind of story from anything people are used to, I'm sure. It's a different side to me. My kind of takes more deeper into my persona and my life from the very beginning. So it's going to be
yesterday I was scrolling through social media and I came across interesting post by you. You met with Nikki Sixx and other crew members for the first time in many years.
Yeah.
Can you maybe tell me how did it go after all these years and the history between you guys?
It was fantastic. It was so nice. The thing is, I had never met this name singer before. We actually never met before. Me and Nikki, back in the day, it was me and Nikki and Tommy. We hung out back in the day. Of course, that terrible tragedy happened, and things like my life. After that, really sad. But in different circumstances, we probably would have been really good friends. Probably would have ended up, touring and stuff. But that wasn't in the cards. Faith had different things. So we had, for a long time, we were not in touch, and I actually got in contact with Nikki through Joe Elliott. Joe Elliott, who is an angel. I love you, Joe. If I wasn't married, I would propose. You're such a sweet angel. He's such a lovely guy. So I asked him, assuming that he had Nikki's contact info, and he sent me a letter. If he'd I'd like to meet him. I'm not meet him. I said I'd like to let bygones be bygones, because there was some stuff about their compilation album title that unnecessarily New York Week called me and I made some comments. I didn't think it was cool. Obviously, there was a bit of like, comments thrown back and forth, very positive, and for a long time we haven't had much to do with each other. But, I was going to wipe the slate clean, like bygones. His life's too short. I don't have bad luck with anybody in my life, so it's always only been nice to me. Back in the day, after my wife passed away, I had a really rough time. I was like, I was kind of cranky, and but anyway, so I wrote in this letter that Joe forwarded to him, and he said that if you would, we'll always be connected by that tragic. What happened? It's an unfortunate tragedy, but from now on, I would much prefer having the connection in a more positive way. Either way, reply. Here's my email. In any case, I wish you the very best. He replied, I love you referred to me. He felt exactly the same, 100% the same. He knew Joe had told him I was going to show up. I was going to come and see Joe, and of course, and so he said, he would love to see, I'd love to meet up and stuff. I also said in my letter that I never met this, I hope I will someday. Or maybe video. Other guys that are really rough, upset, I met this man for the first time. I came on stage at a brief moment, very emotional. We fit each other's eyes. I could feel the guy. It was really special, remarkable. One of the most important things in my life. Meeting these guys, all crossing, Nikki and Tommy. It was lovely to see back in the day, we were young and dumb. All kinds of stuff happened. I'm so happy that everything's cool. Very good times. Our musical taste is the same. Like they covered Smoking in the Boys Room. That's of the Brownsville Station, the band Brownsville Station. Album called Yeah, and that song Smoking in the Boys Room is on that album. And also Liking My Blues is on the same album that Hanoi Rocks covered. Yeah, and Question of Temperature. There's some cool stuff in there. Very similar kind of taste. Same generation, same age. Like I said, under different circumstances, I'm very good friends already back in the day. So now, it was one of the, I was very happy. A lot of cool things that happened in my 60th year. The Oriental Beat, the second album, which was founder. They found the multi-track tapes and mixed it and remixed it, and the real mix is now out. Now, 40 years later, the album finally got the sound it deserves. The longest album project I've ever been involved with, and I hadn't seen Andy McCoy for 12 years, but I had to call him because he wouldn't have it unless he had to go to the studio too. So I said, okay, let's go to the studio and say, you tell me what's wrong with it. Get this thing finished. He says, yeah, okay. That's what he said. So we got points to go in and see. And he actually had a couple of points, and then we had it finalized, and then it came out. Then the 60th birthday concert had all the phases of my career. Decided 23 years ago in the band, old solo stuff, new solo stuff, the new Hanoi Rocks, Mark II, the rebirth of the songs, and La Cool, and all those guys came by. And Dave Lindholm came. I finally got Dave Lindholm to come play Telephone Bells on Mine with me, because we recorded it in place of a record, which he wanted the album. So I've been asking him. One day we put together live. That was the perfect place for him. It was fantastic. So
it's a great night.
Yeah, it was right. Very magical, very emotional, and very cool. And then Hanoi Rocks, of course, the original lineup of the reunion was that was the other reason to have something to with that. He actually invited himself when he had heard about the concert. And said, if my world tours will allow me, I might come up and play track. That's what he said. Okay. So he invited himself, but then I started thinking, like, wait a minute. Sandy Alpha is going to be the master suicide, and I was going to have a Jip Casino for another thing. So I thought, wait a minute, I'm going to change the plan. We're going to original lineup of Hanoi. That's possible. Asked everybody, and they were like, cool. It was going to be a surprise, but then I thought, wait a minute, the fans are going to be really pissed if they don't know ahead of time. So of course we met, at a press conference, and we met. 5 of us met for the first time in 40 years, and that's documented, and that's going to be in my documentary to that moment. So a lot of cool stuff happened, and now I've reconnected with Nikki Sixx. I met Vince Neil for the first time, and he feels, I can tell, you can tell I'm sincere. It was a heartfelt meeting with all of those guys. He's such a very, very lovely guy. So we're the best of friends now. We're all friends, and life is good. I feel very happy about that. Fantastic. Yeah, it's pretty big news. People go, wow. I love it. Yeah. Just when you thought you know everything, huh? Check this out. You build on. Nothing comes out of hatred, animosity. Love is the foundation of everything. That builds things, good things, happy things. That's what I want to have in my life. Because life's too short for it to have a lot of negativity. So.
Speaking about happy things, back in April you got to do a very special show with the Lords of the New Church.
Yes, that too. Yeah.
And you had quite a year, so can you tell me a little bit about the show? Must have been really special to you singing like Steve Mayer's parts,
It was a huge honor, first of all. And it's still, they asked me, they thought nobody else could do it but myself. So it's a great honor. And Steve was a dear friend of mine, and we were spiritually connected in a very strong way. He was very wise, old soul, dear. He was like a father and a brother and a mentor. One of my biggest influences. Then when we got to know each other, around the time when Hanoi was breaking up, him and Steve and him introduced to us, just they were the only friends I had, the only friends I needed. I was like, that's cool. So Steve was, very much a strong connection there, and I really felt great about doing that. Ryan James, he wrote the original demos, the very first punk song, officially the first punk song, first ever punk song on the Damned's first album. So Ryan was given a Rock magazine, who actually gave me an award some years ago for. I got the International Artist of the Year award in 2017, I think, or something. So that's when I was over there, and I was jamming with the house band, with the jams or something, taxi driver or something. So then now, Brian was going to get a Pioneer Award at the award. The awards were postponed twice because of COVID. So now it finally happened. Dave Tragana, the original bass player, Ryan James, and then actually Terry Chimes was on the drums, who was actually the original drummer before he became the most church. He's credited on writing Russian Roulette. Tony James and Terry Chimes were Russian Roulette. So then, but Nicky Turner, the original drummer, was there too, playing percussion, singing back and forth. He didn't want to play the drums because he hadn't played the drums for so long. But I gotta tell you, I gotta hand it to Jip Casino. He hadn't played the drums for 40 years, and he just still came up and after 2 rehearsals, he can't play the hand.
It's like riding a bike.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, something to understand. Nicky Turner, it was great to have the whole award, the original awards there, and then Rat Scabies was the one to present the awards. Ryan didn't want to have it at the, he wanted to just have it during the gig. After we'd done all the awards songs, that's what we did. The New Church, then Living on Living, Dance with Me, on which I played the saxophone. It was also shooting. They had saxophone. It was cool to play the saxophone. Then we did Russian Roulette and Method to My Madness. And after that, Rat Scabies came on stage to present the awards. So I said, soundcheck, I said, wait, Rat's going to be presenting the awards. New Rose after that. So Rat's going to play drums on that because he plays the original recording. So I called Rat in the afternoon and I said, hey, Rat, man, come on, man, Rat, you got to play the drums on this song. Well, I don't know, man, what kind of kit is it? It's a basic kit. Okay, I'll be down there. I said, I can't see that. Please. Like, an amazing big thing. I was that, Rat. Brian James from Scabies, half of the original band playing that song, and they forgot the bass. So that was cool. So when it came over, we do one song. All right, cool. So then he came up, presented the award to Citizen online.
Yeah.
Presented the award to Brian, a nice speech. I said, without this guy, I would fuck off. When they met me all that, and they said, gave the award to Connor. And then he said, came to the mic, said, one more thing, Terry, fuck off. And they went to the drums. It's a great moment. That's the road. Yes. So that was fantastic. Nice year. In the 60s, great. It was great.
Yeah.
Now we're going to rock the show.
Hell yeah, rock like fun. Well, that's all the time we have for. Thank you so much for your time. Can you?
Nice talking to you.
You want to say something to the fans watching?
Yes, something to the fans. Something in the way you are. I love all the fans. Thank you so much for hanging in there. For your support and appreciation. Without you, we wouldn't have one. So, love you all, and let's have a nice summer. And all good things to you guys. Stay well and stay healthy and happy. And enjoy life. Because, life is the best time for a person. Life is our best time. Living is the best time in your life. So make the most of it and enjoy it. Yeah, very much. Love and respect.
Thank you.
Rock and roll. Thank you.